Today, we saw a Clint Eastwood movie.
And there was not an empty chair around.
And what is up, Stu Crew? John Basedow here with the New Media Stu movie review, and I am joined by the lovely co-host in crime, Miss
Friend Keppel.
I was going to say the talented, the wonderful.
I know, but I figured I'd cut you up before.
She jumped right in there. You know her, you love her, Stu Crew. Anyway, today we saw Trouble with the Curve.
It's a long story.
I'd like to hear it.
I don't want to tell it.
I wasn't looking forward to seeing this movie.
No, he wasn't.
I have to tell you, Fran wanted to see this movie very, very much. Some of the Stu Crew had recommended it, not that many, but it wasn't my first pick to start off with, so just keep that in mind.
It was character driven. It had a lot to do with meaning of life type stuff.
It is not action, adventure, it's not a lot of sizzle to it, but it won me over because it has heart.
I'm just a broken down old man, and you ought to get as far away from me as you can.
I said a crusty, miserable old man.
He is, and he's a scout. He's a scout for baseball, and we don't want to give away why there's a problem, but he has a problem, and his daughter, who he's pretty estranged with, who's trying to get her dad to say, you know, come on, Dad, maybe you and I can have a relationship, winds up kind of saving the day.
I don't know why you just don't go home.
Because I feel this dysfunctional sense of responsibility to make sure that you're okay.
It's a strained familial relationship. You have a strained relationship with a daughter and a father, and it's nice to see how they can work that out, and that bond was never really gone, but it gets much stronger and also gets more known.
But it also talks about one thing that John and I talk about during our motivational minutes, right? Which is communication is key.
I was just going to end on that. I was going to basically say you can always work it out if you talk it out, and that you notice that a lot of times if you just distance yourself from people without talking about the situation, when you come back together, all that anger, all that resentment you had, you realize you could have not had for all those years if you had just gotten together and talked in the first place. You have Clint Eastwood, Amy Adams, Justin Timberlake.
Do you know this is the first movie that Clint Eastwood has starred in since 1993 that he hasn't directed?
With the Fran, yeah. She pulls them out of her hat, Stu Crew, the factoids. I enjoyed Amy Adams a lot. I thought that, you know, she transitions a little bit in this movie. You see how she's a lady who's very guarded in the beginning, like a lot of people do. They put up emotional barriers or become emotionally unavailable.
Because of certain things that happen in their lives.
And it's nice to see how those barriers can be knocked down when they finally meet people that aren't the scum of the earth.
You know that she wasn't the first choice for this movie. Sandra Bullock was.
I would have guessed Oprah Winfrey. I think Justin Timberlake did a good job in this movie too.
And who else was in it? John Goodman.
John Goodman, yes,
yeah.
Was also very good. I'm going to give it an unexpected for me 3 stew pots. Number 1, just because it is a cute movie.
It is, yeah.
I grew up around men who swore, drank, and farted.
Get me a damn check.
Trust me, I can handle it.
Number 2 stew pot is for father-daughter bonding. I like that.
Only a coward leaves their kid.
Well, you don't know half of what you think you do.
And number 3, it's a family flick. There are very few movies that I could actually recommend to my mom nowadays because my mom always says, oh, is it gonna have sex in it? Is it gonna have cursing in it? Anyway, guys, make sure to tell us what you'd like to see next on the New Media Stu movie review. Write that in the comments below.
Click the like button.
Oh, please, say that again.
Click the like button and subscribe. And don't forget to always see your movies at Regal Theaters.
Because they're Regal-tastic. We love them to death, Stu Crew. If you're ever going to go to a theater, make sure it's a Regal theater.
Did you do it?